Hi Rockies, another day, another watermelon. With other words, it's melon o'clock, baby. So, this one's really delicious. Why does the raw vegan lifestyle not work? It doesn't seem to work, right? Some people go raw vegan, and they're really enthusiastic and happy, and then suddenly 1 year later or 2 years later or even 10 years later, they suddenly decide, no, it's not working, I'm not going to do this. So there are many reasons for that. I experienced it from someone. He went raw vegan overnight, and he said, wow, you totally changed me, because I'm always so enthusiastic, I'm so passionate about it, I love this lifestyle. He kept asking me questions. He was really interested, so I kept telling him all about the benefits of the raw vegan lifestyle, and then he gave it a try. But his experiment lasted only a couple of days. He was really happy, and then at some point he said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I have too much energy. He wasn't used to having such high energy levels, and that is crazy thing. But I thought it's even crazier that he actually noticed it. Some people usually look for different excuses. He didn't look for an excuse. Well, you could say it's an excuse, but he really noticed what disturbed him. You know, it was his high energy levels. He didn't know what to do with them. If you have an average life, so to speak, if you have a job and you go there on a daily basis, and your colleagues like gossiping and talking, saying bad things about the boss, and you're used to that kind of lifestyle, you have to keep your energy low, otherwise you won't feel happy in that environment. Otherwise you will have to change your environment, and change is scary. We don't want any change, right? Unless it's something exciting, and this we don't know yet. It's total uncertainty. So since humans don't like uncertainty unless it's exciting, which is not uncertainty, then we're certain that it's exciting. So we don't like uncertainty, and that's why it doesn't always seem to work. So that's one of the reasons he said, I have too much energy, I don't know what to do, I want to get up in the morning, and actually I like sleeping. So that's problem number 2. So problem number 1 is we don't know what to do with high energy levels, because we push ourselves into that average lifestyle. We make ourselves tiny and small, and we don't want to get out of that box, of that bubble. So this takes us to problem number 2, is we worship sleepiness. Yes, we love staying in bed in the morning. We don't want to be awake, right? Sleepiness seems so comfortable, while it actually creates a lot of pain. We don't notice it because we have an upside down perspective. That's very related. So the first one is high energy levels is something great, something that I really love, but it seems to be a challenge to some of us. And second of all, we worship sleepiness. I'm not talking about sleep, but sleepiness, that sleepy kind of perspective, you know, not being awake, trying to be like everybody else, and trying not to cause too much trouble, and living a normal life. Let's get a job and have some friends, have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or let's have a different girlfriend every year, or things like that. They're considered to be normal. And if we don't do all those things, we feel like, oh my goodness, I don't belong. And that seems very scary to some of us. Problem number 3, the social aspect. we will of course have to say to so many people, you know, if you've been going drinking with your friends or out eating, all those things are now gone. And if you're not prepared to say no, you'll go back to your old ways. So it seems to be like really challenging to say no to things, while I actually found it really freeing. I noticed that my so-called friends weren't my friends. Those were just people who wanted to have something from me. I wanted to have something from them. We wanted each other's company in order not to feel lonely. And that is crazy. It's a very painful illusion. So when you say goodbye to illusions, you just realize that the reality is so much more exciting than those self-created illusions. They're just like little prisons. Okay, today I'll go to this prison, and tomorrow I'm going to visit the other prison. I mean, get out of the prison, get out of a box and experience the fullness of life. And you can do that by enjoying your watermelons, for example. This one is so delicious, amazing. Yeah, want to try it? There are a lot more challenges. At the beginning, you go through a detox. And that can be very uncomfortable and a little bit scary as well, because you start experiencing things you never experienced before. Then imagine on top of that, you're alone, you said no to your friends, and you have tons of energy. You don't yet know what to do with. So these are really big challenges, but for me, the positive changes were so dramatic that I couldn't go back to the cooked food lifestyle. I tried, believe me. I went raw vegan in the summer of 2003, and I did go through a really difficult detox and all of that. I did have to say no to a lot of people. At some point I noticed, wow, I'm totally alone. And the funny thing about that was that it didn't feel lonely. I didn't feel lonely at all. Okay, yeah, this is how it is right now, but I'm full of energy. I feel great and really grateful for being able to feel that way, because it was something totally new. It was very unusual to feel so energetic, so, oh my goodness, it's so hard to describe. You feel like, great, what we're going to do now, baby? I'm ready. With no reason. You're not dating, you don't have a new job, you didn't get a raise or anything. With no reason you feel like that. And you go out in nature and you experience total bliss. This is what happened for me, and I enjoyed it so much that I didn't want to go back to the cooked food lifestyle, but I tried. Of course I tried. I didn't realize that our ego is so strong. Well, my ego was so strong that it kept pulling me down and saying, come on, this is ridiculous. What you're doing? Go and eat a cooked meal and be like everyone else. Just relax. Don't exaggerate. Nowadays you have to exaggerate because we created such an exaggerated craziness that in order to get out of them, we have to exaggerate in the other direction. So it seems like an exaggeration, but it isn't. What would you call jumping out of a burning house? Would you call it an exaggeration? Would you just step out really slowly and say, okay, let's stay balanced, baby, don't hurry too much, relax? Would you do that, or would you just jump out of it? What makes more sense? So yes, there are a lot of challenges on your path, but if you don't take that path, there are so many more challenges and problems and so much more pain that it's like really not worth it. It's totally worth it going through all these challenges and the seeming pain at the beginning, the pain of the detox. Because what did you expect? You've been putting a lot of garbage into your system for decades, and now we expect to suddenly heal within a couple of hours. That doesn't happen that way. We never put any orange juice into our car, right? But we always put all kinds of junk into our system and we expect it to work. It doesn't make any sense, baby. So remember to take your melon and eat it. Actually, there are so many other factors that if I would make a list, it would take pages and pages. We forget all about working out, going out into nature, contribution, finding what you love doing and doing it on a daily basis, playing, which means going out, playing in nature, or creating whatever you want to create, or simply laughing or writing books or rhymes. Just play. That playfulness, we took it out of our life. All of those things are important. Staying true to yourself. So, like I said, if I would make a list of all things why the raw vegan lifestyle doesn't seem to work, there would be pages of the stuff, because our ego always comes up with a new story. Whatever we do, it will keep coming back with a new story, because we've been conditioned that way. We've been conditioned not to try and be difficult, different, just be like everybody else, be sensible, eat up your food, don't waste any food. And it's hard. It's hard to get out of that box, but I'm telling you, it's possible. And when you do that, every day, step by step, you get out of there, you feel such total inner freedom. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. It's much better than having a great job, earning tons of money, having a new girlfriend every month, having the best clothes, the best car, the best computer, the best mobile phone, or you name it. I don't know what else is there. All those things suddenly dissipate. You notice that they were part of your insanity. And when you feel centered and self-confident, then you relax and you know that you can always rely on your inner voice. You don't have to listen to anyone else. Don't listen to me either. Don't believe me. Don't believe anyone. Just listen to your inner voice and you'll recognize that the truth and the things that you need to know are always there. Just keep looking within and keep eating sweet, hydrating, and juicy food on a daily basis, simply because you deserve the best. I'm wishing you a delicious, fruity day. Be a flower, sweet, not sour, on the tower, rock your power. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, remember to stay juicy, fruity, and sweet. Mwah. Are you dealing with challenges which seem to be going from bad to worse on a regular basis? Or do you simply feel stuck and don't know how to leave the job you hate, the relationship you're tired of, or the habits that don't serve you? After going raw vegan in 2003 and turning my suicidal depression into a never-ending joy, I've been helping people not only to solve their everyday problems, but also to transform their life and create lasting change. Apply for a free strategy session right away by going to rawkingpower.com/coaching. Let's get busy removing your inner blocks and turning you into the best version of yourself. Are you ready to discover a new dimension of success, joy, and happiness? Take action now and start creating your own success story.